What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Doc Illuminati, back with another video. So the question I got right now is, can you escape the matrix? Can you escape out of this reality that we call society, right? Because believe it or not, it's still a reality. There's still weird things that go on. It's very unorthodox that you can't seem to pin together. And then it's like trying to figure out how you can pin them things together kind of takes away your peace a little bit. Well, as long as you can escape this reality, what we call the matrix, then maybe you'll be able to find some peace. Now, I've been asking other people certain things. I've been picking their brains, seeing how they're going about certain circumstances and stuff too. Trying to figure out other ways that I can relate to them or even pick up on what they're doing as well. You see what I'm saying? Because there's people who are successful at removing themselves from situations that draw negative energy or draw energy out of them. And there's people that are very smart and they know when there are bad circumstances are present or meant to rise for them, and they escape out of that occasion. They do a lot of different things to do that, right? And a lot of the times when you talk to those type of people too, they don't normally say, oh, the Most High told me to remove myself from this, that, and the third. They clearly show the signs and symptoms. They'll explain to you the signs and symptoms of what they're going through. And whether they're the person or the Most High or not, you're going to realize that these things are very familiar. And you're like, well, how could this person be going through that? They're not a chosen one. Well, I hate to blow your man. You're not a chosen one either, duck. Nobody can choose themselves. And chosen for what? Y'all niggas don't even know what the hell you're chosen for. You can choose your own decision to get up here and spread whatever words you want to. That's you making that decision. That don't mean that you're chosen. There ain't nobody choosing for shit. You made a decision to get up there and do this, that, and the third. Anyway, we're going to scratch all that. We can talk about that type of stuff later. Right now, we're talking about how we're going to escape this matrix. How we're going to get this peace. And I discovered, it was something that I learned in a person. There was some girl that I was talking to that told me something. And she was explaining it. She was calling it a DMO. Daily, man, what is the daily motive operation or something like that. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? She was just saying, like, I'm trying to put certain functions in, to have certain things that you do daily that can make sure that you get that peace out of life, right? And I'm like, yeah, what I'm saying? Like, that's something that I'm looking for as well. And we started talking about certain things, and what had arose in that topic was about finding that and doing several things in the morning, like going out to the park, trying to gather your peace, gather your thoughts before you do certain things. Come up with a routine that's going to get you busy with utilizing your brain, your energy first, when you first wake up type of situation, right? And I just think of stuff like, going to the parks. You feel what I'm saying? The reason why I haven't been on the social media like that as much is also because I pull up to the same spots. And sometimes it's that season where I'm like, yo, I'm going to turn the camera on. I'm going to bust it up with the people. Sometimes I'm like, nah, I'm just trying to sit here and watch these trees blow. I don't even want to talk. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to entertain nothing. But that's another thing about escaping out of this matrix. The things that we're entertaining, like media, social media, the news. Stop watching the news. Take a break off of the news. Take a break off of social media. Try it for at least a good week. I'm not going to say try 2 weeks. I'm going to say see where it is that you can start, where you got a couple of days, at least a good week, to where you're not entertaining a lot of things. The only things that you can entertain right now is the thoughts that are processing through your mind. Because as long as you allow those thoughts to process, you won't be distracted in your goals. You'll get yourself closer and closer to figuring out what it is that you need to do before you start moving. A lot of times what happens is we get in the midst of this thought process and then distractions come. Many distractions come our way. friends, family, circumstances, right? And they just put you off, and they keep you on a hold, and they keep this agenda of things that need to be done that should have been done a long time ago. And then it got you feeling like you're procrastinating a little bit, but you're not. You're just distracted. But you're distracted mainly by your thoughts and the things that you give your energy away to, the things you entertain, and the things that you allow to consume your thought process. Being around any type of negative energy is not going to help you gain or manifest what's behind it all in the thought process. So the more you keep moving around those people, the more you ain't going to be able to have that time. You're not going to be able to think. You got to be able to go somewhere where you could be isolated outside the box. That way you could think on your own, even outside your own circumstances and adventures and endeavors. Because sometimes even in that, you move your own self to places where you don't need to be too, where you're distracting yourself, right? Because you got used to moving a certain way in this matrix. Now, the only way to get out of that is detaching from everything. You got to become a person that is detachable and completely detachable. That means from people, places, and things. You just got to be able to have the capabilities to do so. Not saying that you have to or must, but there are times when you may have to pull back from certain people, places, and things to get things done. So if you're not so attached to certain things, you can utilize being with people, places, and things. But when it's time for you to get on structure, and it's time to get in grind mode, it's time to serve out your purpose, you got to be able to have that type of discipline to put those things on the side, even if those are things that you're used to. Remind yourself, that's you being caught up in this matrix. Whenever you got to look around and be like, I need my phone. Without my phone, I can't really do nothing. I mean, not that you really can't do nothing. You just can't do nothing that a phone's going to be able to get you to do. You feel what I'm saying? You got to stop saying certain things. Learn how to operate without a phone. Make it seem like you're exercising the things that you think you need, but you really don't. You got to start configuring other ways to live life. Because if you can't live life without a phone, then how did everybody else do it? How did they do it? You feel me? I get it. We are an evolved society. But the society where it's evolving to is not really a good place. And wherever that's going, you should be going the opposite. So this place is taking you to a path of chaos and destruction. And we're searching for peace. Well, you got to start doing that right now. It wouldn't matter what situation or circumstances you was in. In order for you to find peace, you're going to have to pick yourself up and isolate yourself amongst the things that are destroying your energy, taking your energy away, not giving you that peace, not giving you that time to think. For a lot of y'all, your blessing is in being able to think, but y'all ain't being able to think. That's why the devil trying to keep you distracted, because he don't want you to think. But I'm trying to show you where you're going to get that time in. You're going to have to wake up a little bit earlier, even if that is to just sit there and let thoughts just marinate and get out of the way for the day. So that way they ain't in the midst of your way for the day. You got to figure out a plan before you step your feet out them house. You got to say, look, I am at peace. I'm determined to ride this wave through the course of my day. If that ain't enough for you, once you get out them doors, make sure you got another half hour to pull up to a lake, some grass, some trees, where it's literally nobody else there. And if there is people there, they're looking for the same thing you looking for. So mind you, they're not even going to bother you because they're getting what they're getting there. You see what I'm saying? And God made this place plenty of places for you to get that. He give you plenty of chances, plenty of opportunities every single day for you to go find that. How could you search for it so hard and say, I'm looking for peace, but it's all around you? You just got to sit your ass down and shut your mouth for a little bit and get away from them folks that you know is keeping you distracted. These conversations, they're not keeping you in peace. They keep you in the matrix. Anytime you entertaining people who are of a corrupt mind and of the world, well, it's a distraction. And those people are there to design to take energy away from you too, as well. Keeping the thoughts that they entertain in your brain. Well, now you're programmed with so much of this ish that you don't even got the ability at the particular time to think. Now you had the capability, but what happens when your capabilities get stripped and it strips your ability from your capabilities? So you're capable, but you're not able. Why? Because you allow distractions. You allow yourself to be distracted. You allow yourself to distract yourself, and you allow others to distract you. Once you could stop doing stuff like that, then you will start to see that I can start moving. Because it's like the energy wave of positive just pushes you where you're supposed to be for you. It don't do it as a gang. It don't do it for y'all as a group. It does this thing individually because every individual piece of y'all is worthy of something different and deserves something different. Y'all got a different path that you're able and capable of operating on.